Happy Tuesday morning to you, Smarties. Well, Mark and I are on the edge of our seat because every day we're counting down, we're going to Vegas. But on this Tuesday morning, we're going to be talking about if the casinos want to take so much of your money, why are there table limits? We're going to be right back with you with that. All right, table maximums. Why do they exist? If the casinos are wanting to take your money, you figure they'd have an unlimited maximum. Figure you could go in and bet $1 million a hand at blackjack. But why are there table maximums? Well, there's actually a few different reasons why. First of all, table maximums and minimums, both go hand in hand, in this case, minimums and maximums, are there to separate out, you'd say, the have and have nots. The regular guys, the regular Joes, to the high rollers, to the whales. They want to know by the table minimums where those different people are going to be, where they kind of file out to and where they kind of settle to. Then they have the other reason that why we have a maximum is one of the reasons is what's called variance. A variance in a game is basically how the game plays out and the expected win-loss of a game in the casino's favor or against. And if you have enough money, enough of a bankroll, you can play that variance out to eventually win. And it can eventually cost the casino a lot of money. It can also cost you a lot of money, but if you're there trying to do this in the first place, you know what you're doing. And that table maximum is set there so you can't just come in and sort of destroy the casino in one night. The other real big reason is what's called martingaling, or martingale. This is a betting strategy in which you have a single unit, whatever that unit may be, $100, $500, $5,000, $10,000, or $5. You start out with one unit. You bet it, let's just say on roulette in this case, you're betting on red, and it doesn't come up red. You double that bet. And you keep doubling until you win. So you basically go first bet of 2, then the 4, then the 8, then the 16, and the 32, and then the 64, and then the 128, and then the 512, and then the 1048, and then 1024, then 2048. So you get the idea. It can just go on and on. And I have seen martingaling in action all the way up to the table limit. So it does happen. There are people out there who do it. It is not a betting strategy I would recommend for anyone. I do not recommend you try it. However, there are people out there who do say martingaling is a good betting strategy. I do not martingale myself. I have a couple of times, very low limit, more along the lines of just trying it out. I was not a fan because it can get out of control very fast. If you have, let's say, a $10,000 budget and you start at $100, you can get really fast in doubling right up to that 10,000 and never win. It's very possible you'll never get that money back. So keep that in mind when you kind of think about this strategy. But that martingale strategy can go out of control in a casino. Someone could come in with a large amount of money and keep doubling their bets if there were no table maximums. They could just keep doubling their bets over and over and over again until they are up to, let's just theoretically say, $1 billion. Now, there are people in this world who could do that, who could martingale all the way up to and over $1 billion. That would break a casino in a single night if that were to happen. Most casinos are obligated to have a dollar for equal value for every chip on hand in their safe. So that means if there's a $5 chip on the floor, they have $5 in the vault. For every chip on the floor, for every progressive that is in-house, all these things are all set as you have to have this much cash on hand. There are many casinos out there who have a lot of cash on hand. And having that table maximum limit set keeps that value or that number in their safe from being out of control, from having all their cash in the safe instead of having it working for them. So all these reasons are why there are table limits, either on the low end or on the high end. Play where you're comfortable always. Don't feel like you have to go play here or there because of, ooh, I need to go play at a higher limit because I want to play $25 chips. Well, you can play $25 chips at a $5 table. You just can't go past the limit, which the limit is also there for card counters. We'll kind of go in that in a later video because I do want to talk a lot about card counting and the pros and cons. Lots of cons, some pros, hard to do, but we're going to cover that in a later video. Gamble smart, gamble safe. Oh, don't let me forget, we have a live stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central, so do not forget that. Also, our merchandise, our gambler boxes, we have just sent out the last 2 in the first batch, but the second batch was just delivered today, so don't you worry. We'll keep that store stocked for those gambler boxes. You guys are loving them. They are very popular, and they're going to keep on coming out there. Gamble smart, gamble safe. Again, more coming to you soon.